it's 10th of February. I'm here with Shaquille Gregory. We're going to talk about the stages in the preparation of performing artwork. And also we're going to have a quick look over the TV show Brief from March 2015, which is to do with money matters. So, in your own words, Shaquille, what processes do you use when you're preparing a performance? What do you go through?
First I go through the lyrics that I'm going to use and what type of song it is. Figure out how long it is the song's actually going to be. I think about how many verses I put into a song, how many choruses went into the chorus in. Think about what melodies I need, what people I need to help me with the song to perfect it. Then I need someone else what's not listened to the song before to come back and be my keen ear, so then they can listen to say what needs improving.
That's a pretty good answer, that. And most of that stuff is to do with planning, isn't it? I like what you said about getting someone else to be the keen ear that's not heard the track before. Yeah, that's very clever. That's what we're getting onto here, right? Most people assume that you just perform and rehearse in a constant cycle, yeah? But that's no good, because you'll just end up making the same mistakes, yeah? That's what a lot of young bands do, is they just make the same mistakes every single week, in the same places, and then go out and do a gig. It never gets any better, yeah? So, what we're going to do is look at this little flow chart here, right? So at the top, it says quite simply do. Right? And we're all musicians, so what we do is perform. Yeah? And obviously we do plan before we perform, obviously we rehearse before we perform. That goes without saying, but for the time being, we're just going to start the cycle with do, okay? Perform. Then what do we do after that? Right? We evaluate, yeah? So, how might we evaluate after a gig? Let's say you just come off stage at the Ferret. How can you find out what went well?
Well, I've made sure before I did my performance, I got someone to record it, and after the performance I could go outside and reflect on it and see what my strengths and weaknesses were. Very rather than wrong.
Yeah, good answer. No one said that yet. Everyone said, oh, I'll ask the audience, which obviously you can do.
But they're going to be biased just with the fact on stage. Some of them, it wasn't good, and I feel sorry for, because I've not performed people aren't good in the class, but only because everybody else isn't there, that made me feel bad. So I wouldn't have to happen to be on stage. So.
And often it's all your mates will just say things like, yeah, it was good, even if it wasn't, because they don't want to upset you. Yeah, but your fellow musicians or your band
you're the best person to judge yourself, because it's your song, so you want to know what it goes, so you're the best person to judge yourself, so that's why you record it.
Yeah, good shout. But also you can get your peers to evaluate it. Yeah, so you might go down there with a group of musicians. Some of them you'll perform with, so you can ask them about what you did well. And also the people that are watching the performance, you know, if they're any good at what they do, they'll understand that they don't just want to be rubbing your ego, oh yeah, that was great, Shaquille, even though it might not be. Right? They will be saying things like, oh, you could improve this, or you could improve that, or they'll tell you what went well. Yeah? So we're using these two stages. Don't always split them up though, okay? But we want to try and split them up for two reasons. One, for your personal development, yeah? But also, chances are you will be one of the band leaders for this upcoming project. Right? So you're going to be using this system to help your bandmates out as well. Because it's no good going, that's no good, do it like this. Yeah? Just because you're passionate, it can come across as being
aggressive.
Yeah, I don't mean you personally. I mean, like for example, when I was in my first band, we're all so close, we were practically brothers, right? But the singer didn't know how to communicate with us, and we didn't know how to communicate back. I mean, he wasn't a guitarist, so he'd say things like, "Oh, you're playing this wrong," and we'd all be so passionate and end up falling out over it. And really, what you should have done was say, "These are our strengths. This is what you're doing well," but we'll move on to the second bit now. When you reflect upon your improvements, this little thing here, EBI, it'd be even better if you did this or you did that, right? So when you're working with, for example, Jared, who's pretty new and pretty shy and still coming out of his shell, he's really, really talented, but he's never done a gig yet. And he's never done any formal rehearsals before, okay? But he can learn music like that. He's unbelievably fast. One of the fastest I've ever seen on learning stuff on guitar. He's only been playing a few months. It's really incredible, right? So if he ends up in your band, and you're saying, do it like this, do it like that, he might sort of withdraw a bit. So the skills you're going to learn here, this thing here, it's not just for you as a performer, but it's for you as a band leader as well. It's really important, right? So if you say, I don't mean to rub his ego, but if you say, Jared, I think you're doing this really well, I'm really impressed, that's exactly what we need. And then maybe after the rehearsal, we take him to one side and quietly say something like, you know what, I think it might be even better if you did such and such. Yeah? And so don't be like, you don't want to talk about weaknesses, yeah? Because everyone's got weaknesses, you can't be good at everything. So talk about the strengths, and then gradually talk about even better if. Yeah? Because the singers always do that in bands. They're always telling everybody else what to do, even though they don't play an instrument themselves. Yeah? So they're not even using technical language. The guitarist sat there thinking, don't tell me how to play guitar. Bass players sat there thinking, don't tell me how to play bass. It's an old cliche. It's an old cliche. Here's the important thing now, right? So we've reflected upon our improvements, which are based upon what went well, which is based upon our performance. So now we base our plan, our rehearsal, upon our reflections of our evaluations of our last performance, and that completes the cycle. Most people assume we just rehearse, perform, rehearse, perform, rehearse, perform. That's not going to get us anywhere, which we'll end up repeating the same mistakes. Okay? So, another thing you can think about as well is differentiating for the audience, yeah? So let's say you've prepared a really dirty hip-hop instrumental, right? It's really like aggressive and like full of bass and stuff, and you turn up and it's kind of a bit middle class. You might want to prepare.
So that's a backup plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Same with me.
That's why I've got my grind tracks and my R&B tracks and then I've got my quite nice kind just in case they can come.
Yeah, good shout. Yeah, so you want to be able to differentiate for your audience, yeah? And you want your musicians to be able to reflect that. I know at the moment you're mostly performing to instrumentals, but you're going to start using live bands as well, aren't you? I know we've done it a few times, but hopefully for this project you'll be using a live band, yeah? Also, think about your full set and your overall flow. Yeah, so like one of the others said, if you've got two tracks that are really lyrical, really fast, at a high tempo, back to back, you might struggle to perform them. Even though it might suit the overall flow, you've still got to find that balance in between. Yeah, but this isn't just for you as a performer, because it does apply massively, right? But also, you learn new skills here as a band leader as well, because it's all about motivating your musicians. Like, there's plenty of people over the years that I've had to kick out of my band, not because they weren't good enough, but either they had the wrong attitude, or they weren't turning up on time, or they weren't displaying the right kind of attributes, you know, like, so one lad the other month said, oh, he referred to going to Birmingham as a trek, and I was like, it's like half an hour on a train, you know, we've got a gig in London in 3 weeks, you know what I mean? And he wasn't prepared to learn his scales, and every gig, and every rehearsal he was playing bum notes. Some of the stuff he was coming out with was brilliant, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He wasn't prepared to really knuckle down and do that professional stuff, and he was coming out with the old cliches like, oh, that's not how I play, and I want to be able to play from the heart, and all these old tired cliches, do you know what I mean? He was a few years younger than me, and I had to kind of let him go, and he took it a bit personally. But when I was his age, someone said the same thing to me. They were like, either you knuckle down, or you ain't going to learn a living. Do you know what I mean? And at the time, I didn't take it personally, but I kind of really took it on board, and like, since then I've never really looked back. So, you're competing against everybody else at this college for the handful of jobs that are going to be available when you leave. Yeah? And a lot of them jobs will be given to you by the other people. Yeah? So Liam Blake has got this new project going on in 3 years' time, and he's ringing around people that he went to college with to give them the work. He's not going to be ringing people who dropped out last month or don't turn up on time. He's going to be ringing people like Nathan and you who are dedicated, yeah? So you're not here to impress me, you're here to impress your peers, yeah? Because they're the ones that are going to get you the work. So that's just a little off topic, but that's a really crucial thing that someone told me when I was starting out with all this stuff, yeah? So hopefully that'll help you not only get your own rehearsals better, but also this new leadership skill, this band leader thing. Hopefully you can really take this on board, because it is really important, and it's quite a difficult skill. It's something that will take time, you know, it's not something you can be good at straight away. Do you know what I mean? Because everybody's slightly different as well, so you're going to take a different approach with each person in your band. some people will respond to a bit of a clip around the ear. Do you know what I mean?
Some
Because they
people
can
won't.
take it. So yeah, some people won't. Yeah. Okay, if you have a quick look at this brief now, I'll just talk you through it. So number one, we're in the middle of now, the professional discussion. So we've identified the stages. Okay. Number two is what I want you to finish by the end of today. That's to use the internet to find 5 songs around the theme of money. You've already given me a couple of suggestions that are right up your street. Using the name and date of Microsoft Word document, record the song title, artist name, and YouTube URL, yeah? So it's just 5 tracks on the document and that'll hit that criteria, okay? Then we start doing the more fun stuff, okay? So once you join or form a band. Now, I think you should perform a couple of times at this. I think you should perform in other people's bands as a singer or a piano player or a rapper, and I think you should also form your own band as well. And that you'll be the band leader for that, which you used on number 4. So you'll have the responsibility for the success of the group, you have the power to sack and recruit new members, and then you need to identify the responsibilities of your musical role as well, and then we start rehearsing. So it's an ongoing thing as well. I'll be filming every rehearsal, you'll be feeding back on the rehearsals after each one, but you need to demonstrate and playability skills while you're doing it. Yeah? So it's things like being reliable, turning up on time, being respectful, positive attitude. But that's an ongoing thing, okay? And then number 6, to perform. Okay, there's a list of all the criteria underneath that you can read in your own time. So I think, just to wrap it up, I think you should definitely not only perform in a number of bands, but have your own band. I don't know which way you want to take it yet, which song you want to do, which style you want to do, but I think if you're up for it, you did such a good job last time with writing an original piece for the last TV show. I think you should seriously think about doing it again. And you can always do a cover like the ones we've already discussed as part of someone else's band, and maybe suggest that to them and let them be the band leader for that, and you just go along with what they're saying, because the cover's easy to direct. If you've written that song, you know exactly how you want it and you can direct it. The cover is pretty straightforward compared to that. So I think that's well within your ability to be the band leader for an original track. I mean, you've already done it last time before Christmas. Got any questions about any of this? You happy? Yeah,
I'm good.
You got any ideas about what you might want to perform and what style you might want to perform?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but it's also secret, so I have to wait and see.
Is it original?
Yeah.
Sweet, look forward to it. What ideas about instrumentation?
Piano.
Piano, guitar.
Acoustic guitar, or no, it's electric.
Who do you want? Do you think Jared would be
Yeah.
up for doing that, yeah? And who's on piano?
Not really.
Do you think you'd be able to do piano and sing?
That's what I'm thinking.
Sweet. So just you and Jared, yeah?
Probably.
Wicked. Cool. Well, we've got a bass player. You can use my skills if you need, but I prefer you not to. But if you want some drums or anything like that, there's a couple of female singers as well. You might want to think about backing vocals and harmonies. It's totally up to you.
See how it goes.
Good luck. You seem to be pretty on the ball.
Thank
So
you.
this is your brief. Refer to this. Any problems, come see me. Cool. Nice work.